Hey y'all, today we're back for another video, another traveling vegan mom, busy mom video. So thank you so much for being here. My name is Rachel. I'm not looking at you because I'm looking at the road. So thank you so much. You are awesome. If you are someone who is interested in vegan weight loss or perhaps veganism for kids or your kids, or how to heal with plants, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button because this is the channel you got to stay tuned in for. I'm always posting videos about stuff like that. Go check out some of my older videos. See if you find something that resonates. Check it out. Also, if you don't follow me on social media, go over to Instagram, if Instagram is your thing, and find me at The Busy Vegan Mom. I post daily pictures of my food and my daughter's food. My food follows the Starch Solution, whole food, plant-based, maximum weight loss, and then Berkeley is your typical plant-based vegan child on the healthier side, obviously minimally processed. So yeah, check it out. So today's video by request is on vegan pregnancy. I'm so thrilled to be able to talk about this. I had many people ask me questions about this topic and request, and then one requested video, and so we're gonna do that today. So thank you for being here. Vegan pregnancy. I've had one vegan pregnancy. I do have two children. They're a decade apart nearly. You've heard in previous videos, if you've been with me for a little bit, that I did not, my old life with my first pregnancy is completely different than it is now. And I can tell you night and day after having two kids, just how powerful a plant-based, not just vegan, because if you're eating just vegan and not focusing on the healthy plant foods, and maybe eating the processed vegan stuff, it's not going to serve you as well, and I can attest to that. So it's cool to be able to give you a comparison between a standard American diet, worse than standard American diet, the way that I was eating back before when I was pregnant the first time, versus eating a predominantly whole food plant-based diet. When I say predominantly, I mean there were some times I had some oils, there were some times I had some processed stuff, but predominantly whole food plant-based, following the regimen of many of the plant-based doctors like Dr. Joel Fuhrman, Dr. Michael Greger, during my pregnancy, making sure to eat those healthy, nutrient-dense foods. It's just night and day. So I got pregnant with my youngest, with Berkeley. She's now 3 years old, and I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I was, married to her dad, newly, not been married to him for that too long, and I wasn't planning on having another child, at least not at that time. And that's how this works, right? So I get the news. What's interesting is I didn't, when I was pregnant with my first daughter, I knew, as crazy as my life was then, my body still knew something was different. And I remember I threw up a few times. That was not my experience with my second pregnancy. It's the only signs my body gave me about potentially being pregnant was if I ate something like an orange in the evening, it would give me this extreme acid reflux. And I was like, okay, that's different. Or having to get up and go pee, the type, where it's almost unbearable. I think that started happening. But my body didn't give me any of those signs, the vomiting, anything like that. And I accredit that to not eating dairy, and having been vegan for a little bit before I got pregnant with her. I fully believe in that. And so, okay, so I'm pregnant and, get it confirmed and everything. And in that first trimester, I was having those cravings, and so I was eating a lot of the vegan meats. I was eating my thing that I was craving was mac and cheese, and so I would make this amazing baked mac and cheese. I would take it to work and share it with people at work just so they could see how good it was. It was fabulous. But the thing, I would make it and I would eat the whole pan, the whole pan. And so yeah, I was eating quite a bit of the not as healthy stuff. I ended up getting sick. I mentioned in a previous video because I believe of what I was eating a lot of the vegan junk, and probably because of all the emotions of being pregnant and everything. Unexpectedly, I don't know, I had an illness come over me, and it was flu-like, and it was the first time I had been sick like that since being vegan, and the only time I've got sick like that, since being on a vegan. But anyway, so yeah, I got that sickness, and that wasn't fun. But that happened. And so, like, I was like, you know what? Like, I got into that. I got closer. Was it I don't know when it was when the trimester shifted, but I just know I was like, I need to start eating healthier because I don't want to feel like this. I'm not about to gain all this crazy weight. I set out to, I was like, I am going to straight up be one of those people that does not gain more than the recommended amount. Like, according to my height and weight and everything, it was like I should gain up to 25 pounds is the healthy weight. And by the end of my pregnancy, that's exactly what I had gained, exactly to the pound. Like, I'm so proud of that. And that is because of a whole food plant-based diet. Not all that crazy saturated fat, not eating tons of greens, lots of salads. And of course, I'd still have my vegan ice cream here and there. So anyway, so I watched a video. I actually had went and followed, some of you know them as Eat, Move, Rest, the Stanczyk's. I actually watched Erin Stanczyk's video because I wanted to make sure I had the right supplements, and I trusted her vibe. She was very knowledgeable, so I watched her video and I ordered almost everything that she had put out there, and I'll share exactly what that was. The Algae Omega supplements. That's why YouTube is so cool, because you have somebody you've been watching or trusting or like is knowledgeable, and you can just like take their word for it. Like, I trust my fellow plant-based and vegan moms. Like, I don't need to go to the doctor to be told what to take, because we fully rely off the power of plants and have learned through experience and through ridding away illness. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But so I ordered all of the supplements that she said she took for her vegan pregnancy, and some of those I still take to this day. I remember I felt really good about that, and I started implementing those right away. I was very passionate about my supplements. I was following Dr. Joel Fuhrman's nutritarian type lifestyle, and it was just because I wanted to eat all the nutrient-dense foods, because my whole goal was I am going to grow this healthy vegan baby from the womb. Like, she's just going to be so healthy, right? I'm going to give her all the nutrients. And like, you have to understand, this is in the midst of the whole COVID thing happened while I was pregnant. And so I remember there was times where like I couldn't even go in the store, and there were shortages of groceries. And I remember like having and I'm not trying to talk bad about myself, but I remember looking at it now, like I had like a literal breakdown, because I might have a few days that I couldn't eat my greens, because like I wanted to eat my greens, my raw greens every day to help this growing, thriving vegan baby. And because I couldn't get them from the store, like I had this like episode. It really got to me, because I just wanted so bad for her to remain, just keep growing healthily, and I wanted to give her all these nutrients and everything. So I probably did more damage with my worry, than. But anyways, and when in regards to the doctor, like I had a C-section with my first baby, because like at the last minute there was a heart murmur, and it ended up being okay, but they still went through with the C-section. I didn't have the knowledge then, not even with I had some knowledge with my second pregnancy, but to be quite frank, when the doctor told me that it was safer for me to do the C-section again, I went with it because of fear, like thinking, oh, I can take the easy, like if you have a C-section, like my experience is it's a lot easier than the scary, like pushing the baby out. I don't know what that's like. I'm scared. It freaks me out, because I've not experienced it. But now it's like I would like do it, like now if I had another chance, I would do like the natural birth. I would do the wild birth at home, like not going to all those doctor's visits. Like I would do it completely different. But I still did quite a few different like things throughout my vegan pregnancy, as far as like they asked if I'm a very natural mom. The doctor had said they had to recommend that I get some sort of like whooping cough shot, and I declined that because I did not feel it necessary. I'd done some research, and that is not, I didn't want that in my body, and so I declined that. And then I had, let's see, what else? Sorry, fast forward. Oh, as far as like the birth plan and everything, I had my doctor that I'd been seeing, and I had a fellow natural mama who coached me through a lot of stuff and taught me some different things. She said like, oh, the vitamin K they put on babies' eyes isn't necessary, especially if they're not coming out through the birth canal, like you're having a C-section. So I requested no vitamin K on the eye. They actually gave my baby a D3 K2 little supplement that went on her tongue from the time she came out of the womb until she stopped breastfeeding. So that was covered. And then, like, since she was a C-section, I requested to have the cord clamped so that nutrients could come from the cord, and they're like getting more nutrients for as long as amount possible, and they were able to do that, which was awesome. I requested no bath for baby right after because I wanted all that natural to be on baby, and because my friend told me that was like beneficial, and for them to keep that on their skin as long as, you know, you feel comfortable with. And so we did no bath for baby. What else? There was some other stuff on my list. No, I want to be careful with how I say this here. No jabs for baby, you know. So that's me. Again, natural mom, natural medicine. We're chiropractic folk. You know, I took her to a chiropractor at a few weeks old. So yeah, like my vegan pregnancy, I just focused on eating nutrient dense foods. I also went through a trying time emotionally, because as I've shared in previous videos, I left my husband, which is Berkeley's dad at that time, and so I was going through a lot of emotions. I'm sharing that so you know, like, what my body was going through, and so emotionally, and so like I felt bad because of what I was going through. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is affecting my baby. And so I'm a big time spiritual girl. I went to like a yoga retreat, a spiritual retreat, shamanic drum journeys, you know, just all kinds of stuff to like have me peaceful, you know, and just to find that peacefulness within. Meditation every day, quiet time, a lot of time in solitude, just trying to nurture baby best I could, despite what had happened, you know, and so I was thriving during pregnancy. People would say, you don't even look pregnant from the back, and it made me feel so good because, like, when I was pregnant with my first baby, oh my gosh, you know, and I'm not coming down on my previous self. All parts of me are where I needed to be to where I am today. But I didn't take care of myself at all. And I was like, what was I, 127 before I got pregnant. And then I was, it was like at 210 before she came out. So I gained that much weight. And then with Berkeley, I literally only gained the amount that I was supposed to. I'm so proud of that. And so you can just know, standard American diet versus someone who is not well, versus someone who may even still be going through a tough time, but still eating whole food, plant-based for the most part, aside from the first trimester, like, has all, you know, and meditating, taking care of mind, body, spirit, made all the difference in my second pregnancy. Taking the proper supplements, doing so much research and study, doing different meditations to connect with baby, all that type of stuff, you know. So I had a great pregnancy, and went right into the breastfeeding thing. I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily, all of the nurses at my hospital were certified, and I used one of those little what are those things that go over the nipple? I forget now what it's called, but I kept it as a keepsake, the one that Berkeley would use. And the only thing is with that is we got so used to that's the only way she would. I had to have that little, shield. I had to have that shield on every time for her to breastfeed. And then eventually when I went back to work, it ended up, we did predominantly pumping, and then it went to pumping exclusively. So, so I had a good pregnancy despite my little emotions, which, you know, emotions to begin with, you know, in a pregnancy are going to be there. But I was like, I'm going to get it together. And I knew it was all in the food, that so much could be controlled by me eating healthy and properly. And I was like, I am not about to gain all this extra weight. I'm going to take care of myself. And here's this. I would walk every day, especially after what happened when I left my husband. I was like, I will not be taken over by anger, by da-da-da-da. And so I would go every day in nature on my lunch break, and I would walk for 30 minutes. And I walked myself better. You know, I have another group, a good strong group of people I'm involved with in a fellowship, and I surrounded myself around them and sisterhood, and I walked every day to also keep energy moving through my body, keep me healthy, and to keep my mind right, you know. So all of that, mind, body, spirit, it was a great pregnancy. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it, especially when I have it in comparison to my one before, and how I just went above and beyond to, I even had a prenatal massage, and I never had a massage before in my life. So I had a prenatal massage. That was great. Chiropractic care. I did chiropractic care often, especially even towards the end. I would go every day. I would go every 2 weeks, and then I started going every week up until the time that she was born. And so I was all chiropractored up, and I just did so well, so well. And I am forever proud of myself for that drive and determination, and just who I am, and how like if there was another child I had, I would even go even further, you know, and do some things differently. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful that you all had this video suggestion and wanted to hear about my vegan pregnancy. If there's any topics about my vegan pregnancy that you want me to further expand on, drop a comment below. You can always drop a comment below and let's chat about it. If I don't get back to you right away, I will get back with you within the week, I promise. And yeah, if you are having a vegan pregnancy or are thinking about it, I send you all my love, and you're freaking awesome. We're in this together. Reach out anytime, and I'm so glad you all are here. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, and make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.